Yo, what's good with y'all? In today's video, I'm about to show you guys how to make the consecutive sword slashes or, sword combos, just, like a basic sword combo and stuff. Now, I know I already released this video like about 3 hours ago, I released a video and stuff. But then when I went to rewatch the premiere and stuff to look through the comments and stuff, I realized that one, the audio cut out halfway through because I accidentally hit the mute button. I hate that damn keybind, bro. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I hate the keybind because I accidentally hit it sometimes. Or like I hit the mute mic keybind, and obviously I don't know because I'd have to like literally open my OBS to see if my mic is still going. So I must have accidentally hit it while I was trying to hit backspace or something or delete and stuff. But yeah, so I apologize for that as well as for just me sounding like tired. I already explained in the video that I was tired. I just literally just woke up and stuff. So I was like, I'll just record the whole video over again so that you guys can get me like it's the middle of the day on a Friday. You'll get me like energized and everything so y'all can hear me properly. I'm more awake and there won't be any loss of audio hopefully this time. So let's get straight into it. Before I get straight into it, shout out to the people who pointed out the fact that there was no audio, and thank you to those who came to the premiere, as well as those who, what's it called, as well as those who just ended up showing love and support to the video. I appreciate it and stuff. And just to let you guys know, I might just start saying some beginning videos. This is a premiere. This is a pre-recorded video, not a live stream, because a lot of people like to go in the comments and be like, "Is this a premiere?" I mean, I don't understand how you could really ask that question when it says premiere stuff. But anyway, I'll get straight to the video. Okay. So first things first, right? We're gonna need to have a rig. We need to have an NPC to test, make sure that damage works. So click avatar, rig builder, select whatever you want. For me, I just went with let me deselect wherever that is. Where's the right there? Yeah. So into whatever avatar you want, right? And then here's my rig. That's all you're gonna do, just leave it in workspace. We're gonna use that to test. Then of course you're gonna need a remote event. So insert a remote event. If you don't see it, type remote event, click it, and name it sword event. Let me go ahead and just check. Alright, I'm still recording. Just had to make sure. But anyway. So you already what's it called? I don't know if I'm trying to oh okay, yeah. So make sure you name it sword event, put it in replicated storage, right? Then in server storage, I know you guys have not seen me use this in my previous videos, but I'm doing it for the first time in a video, I should say at least. I'm using a hitbox. If you don't know what hitbox is, it's pretty much where like a player uses some type of ability, and a hitbox is going to be kind of, you could say, spawned in a certain area. It could be in front of them, around the player, behind the player, to the side of the player, left, right, above the player, it doesn't matter. The point is it's going to be within a certain position, and then it's going to be used like if a player is touching it, they're going to be damaged, aside from obviously the player who's using said ability, right? So pretty much the way I set this up is that this hitbox is going to be around my player, like it's going to be like around the player, like to kind of demonstrate it, it'll look like this, like it's gonna, not this exactly, but it'll be around the player, right? So pretty much if a player was, even if somebody was behind me, as so long as they are within this box, they're going to get hit by the attack, right? So pretty much it's a simple part. I want you to name it hitbox. You guys can see right here, I made it red and stuff. You guys don't have to do this. All you need to do is make sure that it is transparent, make sure that it is not anchored, make sure that can't collide is disabled. We don't want it to, collide with other things. But leave can't touch on. Leave can't touch on. Just turn off can't collide and anchored. And you also want to check maskless. I know I haven't used this in any of my other videos, but yeah. Make sure you check maskless because we're going to use a weld constraint to weld the hitbox to the player so that the hitbox moves with the player. You know what I'm saying? Like if the player is like running or walking while using an attack, like if they're chasing somebody and trying to use an attack, we want the hitbox to move with the player. So yeah, so select maskless so that like it doesn't glitch the player out and stuff, right? Then you're going to insert a weld constraint, just that weld constraint. All you want to do here is just make part 0 the hitbox, leave part 1 blank. We're going to set this via the server script that we're going to work on later. So once you have your hitbox ready, you can go ahead and put it in server storage, right? Then I have my sound here. It's a sword hit sound. Here's what it sounds like. Very simple. You guys already know I get all my sounds and models and everything from the toolbox. Go to the toolbox, go to audios, type sword hit, sword slash, whatever, and find your sound effect. It's that simple. Then you guys already know this is the classic sword. This is the Roblox classic sword. Literally just type sword in toolbox and you will see the sword. All you got to do is just literally remove any script. Just remove all the scripts that are within the sword. That's all. Literally, we're going to handle all the scripting. So yeah, just remove the scripts and put it in starter pack. And then you, just like that, we are good to go, guys. Let's get into the scripting. So first things first, I'm going to insert a local script into classic sword. I'm going to name this script sword. Okay. Sword script. In parentheses, I'm going to put local. Right. I'm going to delete print hello world. Going to make a couple of variables real quick. First is local UIS is equal to game get service. We got to get the user input service. Then we're going to get we are going to get the sword remote event. So local sword event is equal to game the replicated storage wait for child sword event. Then I'm going to get the local player. So local player is equal to game dot players dot local player. Then of course I'm going to make a variable for if the player whether or not the player is on cooldown, it's going to be a boolean. So local cooldown is equal to by default it's equal to false, but of course we're going to set that to true when a player uses an attack. Now we're going to set up our function. We're going to have two functions on the client side, as well as only one function on the server side, but two events. Yeah, okay. Anyway, first things first, we're going to do UIS input began, connect function in parentheses, put input comma processed. Remember, we need to make sure that the player is just pressing the key regularly and they're not typing in chat. So we're going to say if input, the user input type, is equal to enum, the user input type, dot keyboard, of course, and cooldown is equal to false. We want to make sure the player is not on cooldown. And processed is equal to false. Make sure the player is not typing in chat. Then if player dot character find first child script dot parent dot name, just makes it so the script can be used universal and like any of your weapons. You would just of course need to make sure it's parented to the tool, and then of course change the ability scripting to whatever you want. But yeah. And stuff. This makes sure that the player, like, just pretty much explain all these. Make sure the player is pressing a key on the keyboard. Make sure they are not on cooldown, and making sure they're not typing. They're just pressing the key. And this makes sure that they have the tool equipped, because the tool would only ever be in a player's character if they had it equipped. So this ensures that the tool is equipped and that the player is using the weapon. So we can go ahead and press enter. Then we're gonna do our last if statement. So if input.keycode is equal to enum.keycode.e, you guys know I always go with E, you guys can go whatever keybind you want. We're going to say cooldown is equal to true, because the player is now on cooldown. Then we're going to fire their remote event. So sword event fire server in parentheses, in quotation marks, we're going to say skill 1. We got to differentiate between the different events. So you could say ability 1, skill 1, or maybe the specific name of your skill. Right? Then we say task.wait. This is the duration for the cooldown. I meant to be 0.1, but this is the duration for the cooldown. However long you want the cooldown to last, you should set this time in seconds. So if you want the cooldown to last for 5 seconds, then replace 0.1 with 5. I don't care about a cooldown, so I'm just going to leave it at 0.1 because I'm trying to demonstrate the ability to you guys to show it off. So if you guys obviously would probably have a higher number than 0.1 seconds. But yeah, if you don't want to cool down, you don't have to include any of the cooldown part if that's the case, if you don't care for a cooldown. But yeah, and of course at the end you're going to say cooldown is equal to false. And then just like that, we're done with that function, and we're going to move on to the onClient event function. So we're going to say sorted event.onClient event connect function. In parentheses, we're going to say event type, comma, arg1, which stands for argument number 1. Then I'm going to make a variable for the player's character. So local character is equal to argument number 1. This is the character we're going to be animating and stuff. Also, if you guys want more videos like this, for sure let me know in the comments and stuff. Like, I'm down to make more like sword skill videos and stuff. I plan to make a long range sword skill video where you swing your sword and there's like a slash effect, and it just it starts at your player and then it just goes in the direction your mouse is in, or I guess the direction you're looking in, whatever the case may be. So yeah. Then we're gonna create the animation, local animation. Damn, I forgot to give my animation IDs. It's fine though. Local animation. It's equal to instance.new. You're going to say animation. Then, of course, you guys already know animation ID is equal to quotation marks RBX asset ID : 2 forward slashes. And we're going to say ... Then here you would put your animation ID. Both of these animation IDs that I'm going to use only work for R6. So if you're using R15, you're going to need to find your own animations for R15, or make your own, of course. So for me, I'm using the ID 14745052886. Okay. Then I'm going to set up the animation track. For short, we're going to abbreviate it by saying local at, local 8 or local AT, whatever you want to call it. These two character. humanoid colon load animation, then put the animation, then say at play, right? And then we're gonna say at, which is an animation track for short, ended connect function, close parentheses, enter. So when the animation is finished playing, we're going to fire the remote event back to the server. So sort event fire server, and then we're going to say destroy hitbox in quotation marks. Oh, sorry, destroy hitbox. So that we know that the player has finished attacking. So then they're going to what's it called? Damn, I'm checking. Oh yeah. So we know the player has finished attacking. So since their animation is ended, since the animation is ended, their hitbox will pretty much be destroyed. Right. I feel like I remember. Yeah, I just remembered because I also noticed this when I was recording the video yesterday. I remember this when I was recording the video yesterday too. Okay, so actually, hold on, guys. I have to add a check. Let me see. Sort of. Oh no. I added the check on the server side, I believe. Yeah, I believe I added the check on the server side. Wait, hold on. Event type R1 character. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna do this. So if player dot name is equal to say arg1 is equal to, or no, just go with character dot name because I sent over the character. Then okay, do this. Yeah, in the first recording I did a check on the server side, but actually this was just save time, so I don't have to fire them. If player dot name is equal to, okay, yeah. So yeah, when I originally wrote this, I didn't take into account that since I'm firing this to all the different players and stuff, it would destroy all like every single player who was using an attack. It would destroy all their hitboxes at once because it would fire this remote event from all the clients. But this way, it's only going to fire the remote event and destroy. Wait, actually, hold on. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, because if player dot name is equal to character dot name. Yeah. So if the local player's person script is equal to character dot name, then it'll fire their remote event, destroy hitbox. The player sent over, it'll destroy that. For the hitbox, and I'm thinking. Okay, yeah. Okay, we should be good. If anyone has any issues with that, just let me know, and then I'll just find a solution. But I'm pretty sure we should be good. But anyway, moving on to the next event, right? Wait, actually, oh wow, I forgot an if statement. I'm so sorry, guys. I actually forgot the whole if statement to check for the event. So go right here. So put if event type is equal to quotation marks skill 1, then and just go to the bottom here, put end, right? Then you can click the arrow right here, press enter, then say else if event type is equal to knockback, because I do include knockback in the video. You guys will see that later at the end. Knockback, then we're going to say local enemy character is equal to, of course, argument number 1. And then great news, guys, we can copy and paste. So just select it, Control C, enter, Control V. Right, just want to have this, make sure this is all like spaced correct. I don't know why it bothers me when it's spaced out weird, like, but anyway. Yeah. Once we get the animation track and everything, of course we need to change the animation ID. Once again, these animations only work. Once again, these animations only work for R6. So if you're using R15, you have to get your own animations or make them 4, 6, 8, 4, 4, 6. Okay, yeah. There we go. All right. And then just like that, we are done on the client side, guys. It really wasn't that much stuff. So we can go ahead and move on to the server side scripting. So let's insert a server script into server script service. And let's go ahead and name the script sword script parentheses server, right? We're going to delete print hello world. Let me just go ahead and check again, guys. Okay, I just need to make sure my mic was still recording. Or let me phrase that, mic wasn't muted. But anyway, okay. So honestly, it's not that much in my opinion. We're just gonna make a couple variables. First, we're gonna get our services, local, DS is equal to game, get service, you already know the breeze. Then we're gonna get the sound service, local SS is equal to game, get service, sound service. Then I'm gonna get the sword mode event, local sword event is equal to game, the replicated storage, wait for child, sword event. Then I'm going to get the hitbox from server storage, so local hitbox equals to game dot server storage wait for child hitbox, right? And then I'm gonna create a table for the can damage for players who can deal damage. I should say, it's probably a better way to put it. Can deal damage equals to special brackets. That's how we create a table, right? Then I'm going to say sort event dot on server event connect function in parentheses put PLR and then event type, right? Then I'm going to, of course, just like on the client, on the local script, I'm going to get the player's character. So local character, or not local character, the character is equal to player dot character. Then if event type is equal to skill 1, then I'm going to say table dot insert can damage player dot name, right? And then I'm going to fire the remote event back to the so sort event fire all clients quotation marks skill 1, then send over the player's character, right? And then I'm going to clone over the hitbox. So local hitbox clone, we gotta set some properties. So after we clone it, we gotta set its name. So name is equal to player dot name dot quotation marks it's box. We know whose hitbox is whose. Then hitbox clone dot parent, of course, is equal to workspace. Then I'm going to set the C frame hitbox clone dot C frame is equal to player, or actually no, we don't really need to do that. Just do character is equal to character dot humanoid root part dot C frame. Now that I think about it, it would make more sense to set the C frame before we parent it. So just put the parenting after. And for the last property, we're going to set the or not, it's not even a property of the hitbox, but we're going to set the well constraint, just how I mentioned in the beginning of the video. So I'm going to say hitbox clone dot well constraint. Make sure you do part 1, not part 0. Part 1 is equal to character, and of course we're going to weld it to the humanoid root part, right? Is like that we've set up our hitbox, and then we're gonna set up a function, but we're not gonna put anything in the function just yet. We're gonna say hitbox dot touched connect function in parentheses put hit, then enter, and then just leave that as is for right now. We're gonna go right here, click that arrow, then press enter, and then we're going to say else if. We're going to say this is gonna take literally like 3 seconds, so we're just gonna go ahead and knock this out the way, then go back to the hitbox clone function so we can knock that out. So else if event type is equal to quotation marks destroy hitbox, right? You're gonna say local player hitbox is equal to game workspace find first child player dot name dot quotation marks hitbox. Then I'm gonna say player hitbox destroy. And then I'm gonna say if table dot find can damage player dot name, then of course we're going to table dot remove, can damage comma table dot find can damage player dot name. All right, and great news, guys, just like that we are almost done. We just literally all we have left now is just to finish this function. Okay, so first thing first, of course, you guys already know we got to do a couple of checks. We got to make sure that the player is able to do damage. We got to make sure that we're trying to attack like either a player or an NPC, right? So let's say if hit that parent find first child quotation marks humanoid and table dot find can damage player dot name and hit dot parent dot name is nil equal to player dot name. Pretty much means you're not trying to damage yourself. Like you won't be able to damage yourself pretty much. Then enter, and then we're going to create a variable for the enemy character. So local enemy character is equal to hit dot parent. Then you can just really copy and paste the table remove. You can paste that right there, right? And then we're going to play some sounds. So ss.sort. Here's where you would play your sounds that you got and stuff. Now keep in mind, these wait times and stuff is actually, let me do the typing first, then explain after. So I'm going to play my sounds in accordance to the animation. Now, for the animation, it's like 3 sword hits, and then I timed it right with the sound so that it will be in sync. So we do task.wait 0.5, then we do the same thing, sword hit to play, task.wait 0.5, then as this sword hit play, and for this last one is task.wait 0.4 seconds, and then after that I'm going to say enemy character dot humanoid take damage, then you set your damage amount there. Now I timed this perfectly in accordance with the animation and stuff. So each you can kind of say like after the first half sec, like you can kind of say if you make contact with a player, that first obviously you're gonna make that first slash is gonna have a sound. Then half a second after there's gonna be a second slash, then a third slash. So yeah, you just have to mess around with the wait times to see what looks the smoothest and stuff, you know. Now we're going to create the knockback effect. We've created the damage and sound effects. Now it's time to handle the knockback effect. If you don't care for a knockback effect, then you don't have to add this. But yeah, so I'm going to say local attachment is equal to instance. Wait, I feel like I knew I spelled that wrong. I just knew I spelled it wrong. Attachment is equal to instance dot new attachment. If you guys watch my dash videos, you definitely will notice that this is very familiar. So we're going to parent this to the enemy character's humanoid root part, right? Then we're going to create a linear velocity, and we're going to parent it to the attachment, of course. So attachment, right? Then we're going to create a part to use as a reference point for the knockback. So we're going to say part is equal to instance.new parts. I'm going to parent it to the workspace. And then I'm going to set a whole bunch of properties. I'm going to say part.transparent is equal to 1. Don't want it to be visible. I want to make sure it's anchored though. And I want to make sure can't collide is turned off. I don't want people to be able to walk through it. And last thing, I'm going to set the C-frame. So C-frame is equal to character dot humanoid root part dot C-frame times C-frame dot new -1, comma -1, comma -20. Right, just to make it so that you go back, because you know -20. If you were trying to make like a dash system, for example, well, actually, no, it's actually kind of complicated because actually you would use these numbers if this was a dash system. This is because like you're using a mixture of the enemy character. You're attaching all this stuff to the enemy character, but you're using the player, like you're using the attacking player's character to like kind of, you could say, kind of map it out, do the math, I guess you could say. So I'm going to set a couple more properties and then we are done, guys. So linear velocity dot max force is equal to like, you could put like 5 nines. And then linear velocity dot vector velocity is equal to parentheses. And you could say part dot position, or not comma, sorry, minus character dot humanoid root part dot position on the outside of the parentheses, put dot unit, then times vector 3 new 100 comma 0 100. Right, then you can fire the remote event back to the clients. So we're fire all clients, and in quotation marks you're going to put knock back as well as send over the enemy character as the second argument. So enemy character, right? And then lastly, you're going to say linear velocity dot attachment 0 is equal to attachment, right? And then lastly, we're going to say ds add item. We're going to add both items. So attachment, then of course 0.1, and ds add item part 0.1. Just like that, guys, we are done. Not gonna hold you up. I'm kind of in a rush because I drank some water before I started recording and I gotta get hold you up. But anyway, as always, if you guys want access to the scripts or mods, you guys can become either a channel member or Discord premium member. You can find out more about that in the description, or you can just leave a comment and ask about it and I can explain it to you and stuff. Yeah, shout out to all my premium Discord members, all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you, and shout out to all my subscribers. I really do appreciate y'all. So yeah, if I go ahead and test this, if I press E, you guys won't hear any sound because I'm not making contact with anybody. Plus, also Studio kind of glitches sometimes. Like if you don't hear sound the first time, stop, play again. If you don't hear it again, try like 2-3 times, because Studio does glitch out to where like sometimes the sound just won't play for some weird reason. Anyway, okay, so it's working. As you guys can see, it's all like the sounds are timed perfectly with the sword slashes, like boom, boom, boom. It's timed perfectly. So now I will admit the knockback could be a little bit like more so timing, because honestly I don't have a problem with the animation. I like the animation. It's just, yeah, like timing. Like probably the player should probably like start flailing its arms, like, yeah, like just start flailing its arms a little, maybe a little earlier. But honestly I kind of like it though. But you guys don't have to use the animation, so yeah, like I said, if you guys want to access stuff, you guys can become either channel member or Discord premium member. If you guys need help now, you can leave a comment, but I'd honestly recommend joining my Discord server. The link is in the description for that, as well as join my Roblox group. Links for both are in the description. We're almost at like, we're about to hit like 600 Discord members, I think. So yeah, yes, for sure, join up. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, see you guys in the next video.